Well, it turns out that the mid-segment is interesting for another reason as well. Not only do we have a situation where the mid-segment is always half of the measure of the third side, but take a look at the directions in which these mid-segments are drawn. They look parallel to the third side, don't they? In this first equilateral triangle, RS and AB look very much parallel, as if they were lying on parallel lines. And the same thing seems to be the case with the second scalene triangle and the third isosceles triangle as well. Okay, and in fact, that can be proven. And here you see that it is possible to prove that the mid-segment in this drawing, that would be the line segment OG. You'll notice that in this little box here, O is the midpoint of the left side of the triangle. Notice the two congruent line segments on either side of the midpoint. And G is the midpoint of this right side of this triangle. Notice that we have two congruent segments noted by these two hash marks on either side of this point, indicating that G is a midpoint as well. And when we join the two midpoints of these first two sides, we get the mid-segment. So we're given here that OG in this drawing is a mid-segment of triangle USC, okay, USC, and we can conclude two things. The first is what we've investigated above, and we're pretty sure about, which is that the measure of the third side is twice the measure of the mid-segment. That's another way of saying that the mid-segment is half the measure of the third side. We can say that by saying that the third side is twice the measure of the mid-segment. So let's write it that way. Let's say that CS, or the measure of the bottom of this triangle, is equal to 2 times the measure of OG. But we can also conclude that OG is parallel to CS. Now, we're not going to be able to prove that for a little while yet, but we can at least put that into our list of theorems that we are going to prove and that we should be expected to know at this point. So basically, the concepts of a mid-segment is that it is parallel to the third side and it is half the length of the third side of the triangle. And with those facts, we can use it to solve certain problems that we're going to get to later.